We're taking a look at XRP right now on the daily, just to give you the macro look, and I will go down to the micro a little bit, but there's a lot of considerations with XRP. First of all, I have this as a potential A or W wave. I have seen counts where they have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I find that very unlikely for a couple different reasons. That would be a expanded diagonal. The issue I have with it is right here. This was our low. We spiked through the 618 of this A wave, or what a few considered a wave 1, and we didn't impulse off it. You can argue that this is a leading diagonal in itself, but we're channeling in it, which we usually do in corrections, and we're not making a wedge, which we'd usually expect in a diagonal wave 1. So we'd have a 1, 2, 1, 2. So because of that, the probabilities, in my view, have us pointed to more downside. The most bearish consideration I have at the moment is as a ABC here, where we target the 1-to-1 of the A wave off the B for the C, and that hits around 13.69 cents on Binance, and that goes below the 786. But I do have other counts that are more bullish, but we just have to dig into them here. Just to show you what I have here, I have a WXY for our A wave coming down in a double zigzag. Usually we get a more complex correction coming off that unless we get 5 waves down, in which case it would be a flat. So we're going to look into that area afterwards. We then had a ABC flat 335 coming up that for our B, and we tagged just shy of the 618, right in the area we would expect. So everything's good in that lineup to the downside. But coming off this high here, I was running some pivots because it's a pretty tough count. When you dig into this first drop, it looks like 3, pretty clear 3 wave there, unless you can get a diagonal out of that. But then after that, we had pretty equal legs coming off that. It doesn't have the shape for a diagonal. I was trying to analyze that area. Interesting thing is we hit the 1-to-1 off here to that level. So to me that looks like a double zigzag, so a potential A wave. Small retracement up and a potential another zigzag, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, just kind of compressed. So right now I have that as an ABC. Now what tends to start from double zigzags, right? What can this turn into from this level? Well, we could count this in a different way, which is a ABC here, where we had a running flat potentially. It just doesn't look right. Yeah, it doesn't look right at all. So we had the 1-to-1 of this wave down, of this wave to this wave as a double zigzag. And then we had from the A, B, C, that hit the 1-to-1. So I think these are the correct counts as a triple zigzag coming down, ABC, ABC, ABC. So from here, we have 3 waves up. Clearly 3 waves, not a leading diagonal. So what does that mean? To me, it means either this count is not yet complete. This could just be the A wave. We could be working on a triangle potentially here that we need to run out. And then this C leg would get moved over here, where we have A, B, C. That would spread things out a little bit. Probably channel as well pretty decently. there if we came out to a triangle? We need the pivots to really get in on that. But right now, have this as a W. So what can happen there? Either we triangle out here and go to the downside. That's our one option. Yeah, it's very extended out. It'd have to be almost complete here. That's pretty compressed. So I don't like that. We could come higher here. ABC, again, X, we're looking for an ABC double zigzag. And look for a higher wave C. Let me see how that looks. So we have an A, B, even this could turn into an ending diagonal. We look between the 618 and the 786 of this wave, which I have the fibs there. Right here, as you can see, between 44 and 47 cents. And that would be a flat pattern where we'd expect 5 waves coming up here to complete. And what that could potentially do is set us up for an X wave here. And what we would do in that case is take this fib level, right on the pivots. Let me get rid of this triangle here. Get rid of this. And we'd look for between the 50 and the 618. So that looks pretty good once we get this B wave in. That, I think, is my primary count based on what we have. Getting the one-to-ones, the zigzags, that seems to make the most sense. The only difference I could see is making here is this could be the A wave down just like that. This could be, and rather than an ABC here, we could be making another wave down, and this is a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 down to the 786. So that's the alternate, that this isn't complete yet, and the C wave has to move down here in 5 waves rather than 3. Always keep that in mind. Always ask yourself, can this be 5 instead of 3? But as for the way the chart looks and the time of this, it seems not probable. Again, you wouldn't expect that long of a 4th wave. I guess it's technically here. Could count and come perhaps in an ending diagonal as a double bottom. But right now, I think this is the count I like the best based on what's going on in the chart. So I think I'm going to be tracking that over the next week. And after this play, I would expect more downside. And the reason for that, at least to the 786 of this last wave. So ignoring my bearish count down here, what could we get bullish here? Pretty simple. I'd expect this to take a little more time, because if this is a 3-wave pattern in itself, say it becomes an A wave as a 3-wave pattern, we'd expect this to take a little more time than this before more upside. So I would expect a 3-wave move here, and this would be a larger A, B, and C to the upside. That's how I could see us moving to the upside. Again, not bullish, but it would extend us up further. And we could even potentially make new highs with that count, because we'd get a A wave, B wave, and if it's a flat, we'd get 5 waves up. So we could potentially make that C wave I originally had here. The B could get moved back here, and our C could be up here as an ABC. But anyways, those are the two primaries I have. Either we come down here bearishly, or we come up for that X and we still get some more downside. But then we have potential to make new highs above this April 21 high. But I hope you guys like this video. I was more spitballing this in real time just because this chart is so ugly. I wanted to show you why it's so ugly. And it is tough to trade at the moment, but once we get some clarity as these waves fill out, there are opportunities available, like this trade here. Once this becomes available, I would definitely take this trade to the downside. I'd be targeting the 1-to-1, and I'm sure I would get, yeah, I would be targeting this to the 1-to-1. So wherever that ends up coming to, if we get that bullish wave, you'd be looking at least like a 1-to-1, right? Over 1-to-1, perhaps 2-to-1, based on what kind of wave counts we get here. But yeah, guys, this is what I'm looking at. Other options, there's just way too many options available. This can in itself turn into a triangle to the upside. Could turn to a triangle to the downside, right? Our X wave could end up being a triangle and we just fall off a cliff here where this X wave gets moved. So at the moment, I'm sidelined on this. I don't think it's a good trade setup whatsoever. I would ignore this until some clarity comes out. But there are many other trade opportunities in the market. If you want to check out my channel, I cover pretty much the top 10 coins right now. And there are much better opportunities than this one to trade. All right, thanks for watching, guys.